bankers are quite clearly the most important people we want to speak with. There has been a surge in deposits. Unexpectedly, last week we had just 8.5 lakh crore collected as of November 27th, and then it is 11 lakh crore by the time we reach November 30. Is this going to be an embarrassment of riches? Will this continue? As well, of course, new tightening norms towards large groups has been announced by the Reserve Bank. For all these, we have with us the Managing Director of State Bank of India, Mr. Rajneesh Kumar. Good morning, Mr. Kumar. Thank you very much for joining us. Well, first up, this increase in deposits. What's the tally at State Bank's end? And are the deposit flows showing any signs of let-up?
Yes, the deposits of SBN. So that has gone down considerably in the last 2-3 days. Okay. So I don't know from where this 11 lakh crore figure has come, but the trend is that the number of transactions as well as the amount deposited. So it is on the downward trajectory.
Okay, what is the number at the moment in at State Bank's end?
I didn't get a chance to have the look at the latest number, but as I said that what we got on the first day, on 10th, and what we are getting now, it is almost on a daily average 25% of that.
So what do you think the increase in deposits could be over the next 1 month?
Very difficult to say, but all the estimates were that 1,000 and 500 rupee notes, 14 lakh value was in circulation. And as per the data released by RBI, you have mentioned that it was about 8.5 lakh crore. So now let us see that in next 1 month, because still notes are being accepted at certain outlets, which RBI has allowed the relaxation. So it's a wait and watch mode, but as I said, that the trend I see is that it is a downward trajectory.
So we got a number of 2.16 lakh crore from SBI yesterday. It was a sourced number. Can you confirm that?
The 2.16 lakh crore is the value of the SBN deposit. It could be the correct number.
Okay. No, I'll tell you why. Because Mrs. Bhattacharya told us on last Sunday, after the CRR hike, that at that time it stood at 1.6 lakh crore. If it is 2.16 now, even y'all have got 50,000 crore last 5 days.
5 days, it may be a bit less than that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
so
not as much, because in 5 days, it cannot be 50,000 crore. It won't exceed. As I said, that I haven't had a look at the latest number, but it will be definitely less than 50,000 crore in 5 days.
Okay. I also wanted to ask you about another report that was doing the rounds in some of the papers about banks now slowing down lending to a lot of the small and medium microfinance companies because of, gaps in repayment and slackening disbursement. Is this true? And if yes, it just takes us back to that liquidity crisis we saw in 2010. So that's the big fear now.
Right. So we are doing a sector-wise analysis. Our economic research department as well as our risk management department are on the job. But let me tell you that we will definitely do a sector-wise analysis, but we would also be looking at expanding our loan book, because in these circumstances, there may be many opportunities also which may come up. But we are putting in our strategy in place, and it will take a couple of days. And then we will decide where to be more liberal and where to be more conservative.
So, Reserve Bank has allowed loans under 1 crore to be extended, where repayment can be extended even by 2 months and you don't have to reclassify. But that for SBI will be a very small percentage. What is your sense? How much more can NPLs rise because of the current cash crunch?
It will impact different banks different. Because our, say for example, home loan book, which is a fairly... So it is all towards the salaried class. So salaried class would not be impacted as
much. Sir, I'm asking you where it will hurt, sir. Obviously, salaried will not be hurt so much.
So as of now, I have not seen any spike in the NPA in either of the segments. Rather, what is happening is that some of the SBNs are coming into the loan book and what do you call your stressed accounts, not NPA but stressed account. So there, it has not increased. It is static.
Okay.
So I think it's still 1 month more probably we will watch. But the current trend, as far as November goes, no reason for worry.
Okay, then finally, sir, this new large exposure control rules, how exactly should we understand? Will you all stop lending now to the large indebted groups?
No, why would we do that? The only very, very few groups will be impacted by these guidelines. What it does is that if you look at the single counterparty, the exposure has been increased from 15 to 20%.
Yeah.
And what was 40%, it has been brought down to 25%.
25.
So at the group level, and for a bank like State Bank of India with a large capital base, so there would be hardly any group where this breaches would happen.
Okay.
So I don't think that it's going to impact the availability of credit in any manner, but some adjustment for a very few large groups may be required. And for a State Bank of India, as I said, because of our capital base, hardly 1 or 2 groups may be there.
Okay, Mr. Kumar, thank you for stopping by and speaking about all these issues, and you have a good day and a good weekend as well. That's the word coming in from SBI. But let's move on to the other big story, which is the spike up that we've seen in crude. Brent crude